Hello everyone and welcome to another cryptocurrency quiz. We were off last week for the holidays, but we're back. I hope everyone had a nice New Year's and holiday season. In order to join, you can go to the website kahoot.it with the game pin 8546502. The code is currently at the top of the screen. You will need to be able to look at the screen in order to play it. The game as it's going on, because that's where you get to see the questions. If you want to join late, if other people are coming in and asking questions, you can always join in using the code in the lower left-hand corner once we're actually proceeding through the questions. But yep, get signed up. We'll get started here in just a few minutes as we get more players on. But we appreciate you joining us, and yeah, stick tight until we get a few more players. Thanks. Thank you so much for joining us. Got the Yips 35 and Mind Your Biz. We have some returning faces here today to battle off. It's great to see you all again. Also note that I will be watching the comments, so if you do have anything that comes in, I will be watching the live chat as it comes in. If you have any questions, if you're angry with me with the way any of the questions went, like last week I had one not so great question. Again, if you're joining us now, you can get into the game by going to kahoot.it with game pin 8546502. You will need to use your phone or some device for it, and you will still need to look at the screen. Just remember that there is about a 5-second delay. Sometimes it's as low as 2 seconds, but just make it 5 to 10 to be safe. The point of the game is to answer correctly one of 4 options. You get points for getting questions correctly, but you also get additional points by answering quickly. So if you get it correct fast, you get the most points compared to someone who answers it correctly but slowly. So 15 questions again this week. The last one is, I believe it's worth the same as all the others. I did not make it a double point this week, but I did make it one of those rearrange questions. So you need to put them in order, just so you are aware. There are 15 total questions. A lot of them are based on news the past 2 weeks, and then others are just based off cryptocurrency knowledge in general. Yeah, maybe give it just a minute here. We have 3 people going on. Thank you for joining us. Communism with a bunch of alternating caps. Great to see you on here. I don't know if you've joined us before. Apologies if you have, but yeah, just get started here in a second. And thanks. Escape the Ponzi. You made it just in time. What a professional. You really escaped missing out on this this lovely quiz here. And we have someone else. We escaped the Ponzi. It looks like someone already left. I wasn't even able to read the name. All right, so with that being said, I think we'll get started here. Again, 15 questions. Have your phone ready. 4 options. Best of luck to all of you. If anyone asks, they can join the game using the website and code, which will be in the lower left-hand corner during the game. All right, here we go. 15 questions. First question. Which popular browser extension was recently suspended from the Google Play Store for about a week? Was it uBlock, Origin, MetaMask, Amazon Smile, or Blockfolio Pro? Should be a nice easy one here to get us started. All right, everyone got that one correct. Yes, it is MetaMask. uBlock Origin has been removed a few times along with other ad block software, but that's not very cryptocurrency related. Neither is Amazon Smile, and Blockfolio Pro, to my knowledge, does not exist. At least I made it up, so if it does exist, I apologize. Yes, the correct answer was MetaMask. It was taken down allegedly for mining, but was added about a week later by their policy by Google back to the store. All right, so. So Mind Your Biz 905, Communism 890, Escape the Ponzi 872, and Got the Ips 807. Let's see what happens in the future here. Question 2. Which person who previously promoted BitConnect started promoting Hex? This is on the subreddit this week. Was it Trevon James, Satoshi Nakamoto, Craig Wright, or Andreas Antonopoulos? All right, yes, Trevon James is the person who really promoted BitConnect in the past. It wasn't really Craig Wright, so that's, I believe, the best answer here. Definitely not Satoshi Nakamoto to our knowledge, and definitely not Andreas Antonopoulos. So who got that one correct? Mind Your Biz, Got the Ips, and Communism got that one correct. Unfortunately, Escape the Ponzi did not get that one correct. So, congrats, Mind Your Biz. You're still taking the leaderboard here. Let's see what happens with future rounds. What cryptocurrency had the Muir Glacier upgrade on December 30th? Was it Ripple, Stellar, Ethereum, or Cardano? Oh, people are answering pretty quickly this week. Ethereum, yes, that is correct. It was not Ripple. Ethereum did not intend to have this update originally, but it was necessary in order to reset their block time and a bunch of other things. So, yes, December 30th upgrade, Ethereum. Mind Your Biz, still in first place, 2,997 points, but real close has Got the Ips with 2,936. Communism is still within striking distance. We have a new player, 1488. Thank you so much for joining us. 940 points. Escape the Ponzi, 872. So we have some competition here. All right, next question 4. Which individual recently posted about their exchanges and the industry's on-chain AML efforts? Was it Jonathan Leong with BTSE, Brian Armstrong with Coinbase, Bill Shihara with Bittrex, or Changping Zhao with Binance, CZ? This is a blog post he made in regards to criticism in regards to the way that the exchange and other areas of the industry handle Wasabi-related transactions. But other people had already answered it. Yes, it is Changpeng Zhao. CZ is the nickname that he really goes by. It was not Bill from Bittrex, and it was not Jonathan Long. They did have a similar post. At least one of their compliance officers did give a post in regards to their exchanges sort of process, so I can see why someone might answer that one, but I think the best answer here is Binance. So, who got that one correct? Mind Your Bid. Actually, I don't think either of them got that one correct. I think 1488 and Escape the Ponzi got that one correct. Yeah, they're both sitting at the same number of points as before. So, Communism and 1488 caught up a bit, and Escape the Ponzi. I mean, all players here are really within like 2 questions of each other. So, you are real close. Let's see what happens in future rounds here. Question 5. Which of the following details of a transaction does confidential transactions, CT, the technology, hide? Is it the sender, receiver, amount, or IP address? Okay, no one got this one correct. Yeah, I guess this is why I added the question. So confidential transactions is a really misleading name. It just refers to the ability to hide transaction amounts in a transaction. It does not hide the sender at all. It does not hide the receiver at all. So if someone's referring to the technology confidential transactions, they are only referring to hiding the amount in the transaction. So you can see how confidential transactions is a really, really misleading name. It's best named something more like confidential amounts or hidden amounts, just because it does nothing to hide addresses on its own. Mimblewimble, for example, uses confidential transactions, but they also use some other technologies. So it's not just confidential transactions that provide some of their privacy features. And it certainly does not hide the IP address. That's an off-chain, like independent of the blockchain requirement. So no one got this one correct, so the board stayed the same. So let's see what happens with the next question here. Question 6. Which cryptocurrency began a fundraiser to implement more privacy features into its protocol? This is recently. Is it Litecoin, Decred, Bitcoin, or Stratus? Only a few seconds left. All right, most people got this one correct. It was Litecoin, at least that's the best answer here. Decred was like speaking for a long time about adding a privacy solution, but that's not what the reason. It's not the best answer in this case. Definitely not Stratus, and Bitcoin doesn't make a huge amount of sense in this for this specific question. Now, granted, they have people working on a wide variety of projects, but not to the same. It doesn't fit the answer as well as Litecoin does. They're trying to do a nimble implementation. So, Got the Yips and Mind Your Biz both got that one correct, but Got the Yips answered more quickly this time, so they took first place. Even though both people got it correct, it looks like 1488. Yeah, 1488 got this one correct too, and then I don't think Communism or Escape the Ponzi did, but maybe I'm mistaken here. No, there were only 3 people that got it correct. So, yes, top 3 got it correct. Let's see what happens. What is the next question here? Question 7. Which cryptocurrency had a corruption bug in its coordinator which stopped issuing milestones and halted the network? Was it Nano, IOTA, Litecoin, or VeChain? People are answering the first 5 seconds here. We had some knowledgeable people here, except for that confidential transactions. Yes, it was IOTA. They have a coordinator that helps route transactions and determine node consensus and other things in the network. And there was an issue where it gave a wrong milestone out and then just stopped issuing milestones. So the network ground to a halt. They had to issue a new consensus update for the rest of the nodes. So that's something that they needed to recover from just pretty recently. But most people got that one correct. Mind Your Biz critically did not, though. So Got the Yips widened his lead. He gained an extra point ahead. So this is pretty exciting here. Let's see what happens in future rounds. Question 8. Which stablecoin was recently the second to surpass a $500 million market capitalization? Was it USDT, GUSD, USDC, or PAX? All right, again, most people got this one correct. It was USDC. USDT already had, over $500 million market capitalization. That was the first. GUSD is nowhere close, so I'm glad no one chose that one. PAX is not like huge, but it's also not tiny. It's one of those middle ground ones, but it certainly does not have over a $500 million market capitalization. So yes, USDC is the correct answer here. That is by center. All right, Got the Yips got that one correct. Again, Mind Your Biz, however, got this correct. So they're staying within striking distance, and it looks like everyone's keeping up pretty nicely, except Got the Yips, who has an extra, 1,000 points over others. So it still is anybody's game, though, with how many questions are left. So let's see what the next one is. Question 9. Which cryptocurrency is considering a consensus change to blacklist recently stolen funds by an ex-employee? Is it VeChain, Nano, IOTA, or Lisk? Ooh, people are a bit more hesitant on this one. All right, that was a pretty even split across all the questions if I've ever seen them with this, number of players. But yes, the correct answer is VeChain, not Nano. IOTA had the bug we talked about earlier, but they did not have an ex-employee steal funds, at least that I know of. And Lisk is, recently laid off quite a few of its employees, but again, I don't think they had anyone in the employer team who stole funds. So yes, VeChain. Got the Yips got that one correct, and they're just killing it, as you can see. I think I don't actually know who got this one correct, so I apologize. I do not know who got this one correct. But congratulations to the second person who got this one correct. Let's proceed to the 10th question. What exchange is Una Said Leo, or whatever that's pronounced as, affiliated with? Is it Kraken, Binance, Bitfinex, or BTC? Yes, the correct answer is Bitfinex. One person got that one correct. I did not know what this was on CoinMarketCap, so I clicked on it and I was learning about it and realized it was Bitfinex's utility token in a way, or iFinex's, and it was implemented on Bitfinex, so the parent company of Bitfinex. So yes, that's the correct answer here. If you go to CoinMarketCap and you go to the project link, it literally just goes to Bitfinex's website. Just fun fact. To get the Yips get that one correct again? I'm going to assume they got it correct again because it's now about a 3,000 point lead or 2,500 point lead. So they're doing their homework between rounds. So we have a real expert joining you today. All right, let's go to the 11th question. What crypto-friendly bank recently went public on the NYSE, the New York Stock Exchange? Was it Signature, Silvergate, Medici, or Mercury? Looks like people are pretty confident in their answer here. But only 2 people got it correct. Yes, it was Silvergate. So Silvergate is used by a lot of different cryptocurrency services, and also people generally prefer it in the industry from what I've been able to tell because they have something like the Silvergate exchange networks. You're able to actually send funds really, really quickly. You don't need to wait days to transfer, and it's free. You don't need to pay a wire transfer fee to send it between Silvergate accounts. So I believe that's what many facets of the industry use. Several weeks ago, Kraken joined, and that was a pretty big deal for market making in the industry because it meant people could instantly send funds at no cost to Kraken. So it was kind of nice. So yes, Medici is not yet launched to my knowledge. Mercury is a startup. They use a different banking backend, but they are also crypto friendly. So all 4 of these are actually more crypto friendly than most others. So if you need to save a list of some crypto friendly banks, here you go. Mercury is an especially good choice, in my personal opinion, for startups because there are no fees. It's pretty easy to sign up for. But I don't think got that one correct, or if they did, they only got it like 500 points, so they didn't get many out of it. But yeah, still, I mean, we got the Yips as a nice, healthy lead here, but for second place, there's quite some competition going on here. So let's see what happens with the next question. Question 12. Ryan Selkis recently described in a Policy Trends post which of these as Bitcoin's single point of failure. This was posted a few hours ago. Was it banking, privacy, security, or encryption backdoors? As it's looking forward, read this question here. It says described in a Policy Trends post. So that should help you out a little bit. Yep, one of you got this one correct. He did talk about privacy and security and encryption backdoors, but it said in bold, banking is the Bitcoin's single point of failure. Now, granted, a lot of people will either agree with this or disagree with this. You have people that are strongly advocating for Bitcoin saying even if banks banned it, people can still transact. That's not the Bitcoin protocol. But then you have other people that say, on the other extreme, banks are what allow people to use it. So if you can't buy it, no one can actually use it. I think the reality is somewhere in between, but perhaps more, in my opinion, probably more towards the second, where if you're not able to actually buy it unless you're on local Bitcoins or something, it's going to be a hard time for people to participate. So Ryan sort of seemed to have taken that view too, because he said banking. He is the person who is beside the Masari project. All right, Got the Yips did not get that one correct. I think Communism got those points, or Escape the Ponzi. One of those 2 got those points. So it made second place really close here. So that's quite exciting. Okay, question 13, just a few more left. Who said crypto is, quote, everything you don't understand about money combined with everything you don't understand about computers? Was it John Oliver, Andreas Antonopoulos, Melton Demirs, or Andrew Yang? most of you got that one correct. John, or at least it was the most common correct answer. John Oliver is correct. He gave this, it was an episode on cryptocurrencies in the beginning of 2018, sort of in responding to the hype. And I felt it was a pretty good episode. And it's pretty funny to say that for many people, cryptocurrencies is everything you don't understand about money combined with everything you don't understand about computers. So that would be fun to add it here. I don't think any of the other guesses were necessarily terrible, but John Oliver is the correct answer here. Got the Ips got that one correct. Mind Your Biz got that one correct. So they are widening up, but I think second place is, I mean, with 2 questions left, second place could go anywhere. I think Got the Ips sort of has secured his position, or his or her position at this point, though. Question 14, what is Dash's average block time? Is it 1 minute, 2.5 minutes, 5 minutes, or 10.25 minutes? All right, it looks like most people got that one correct. 2.5 minutes is correct. So, yeah. This is, I think, one of those either got really lucky or you knew it, like one of those you know it or you don't type questions. All right, so let's see who got that one correct. Got the Ips. I don't think they got it correct. Mind Your Biz. Okay, I'm going to stop guessing at this point. I think Mind Your Biz got that one correct because they went up to 6,000 points. It widened the gap. Communism can still win, though, if they do well on the next question here. And Escape the Ponzi can certainly still get second place. So let's see what happens on the very last question. Now, remember, for this last question, you will need to arrange them left to right. Left is the lowest. Right is the highest. So keep that in mind. Last question. It's a puzzle. Left low to right high. Which coins have the most daily issuance in USD equivalent? So not the total number of coins that are mined, but in the USD equivalent of coins that are mined. And for a second I panicked, thinking the correct answers were on the screen, but no, those are the random ones. Phew. Let's see if anyone can get this one in order. Someone's saying that they're Googling stuff. I mean, this one has 60 seconds, so you might have a bit of time. I don't think you're going to get the most number of points, though. Someone who knows the answer otherwise are going to get more points. And at this close of a game, like, you're not gonna change places if you have to search for everything. So one person got it completely correct. Yeah, the correct answer was Vertcoin, then Zcash, then Litecoin, then Bitcoin. Vertcoin, of course, is much smaller than the rest. Zcash has a pretty high inflation rate, so they're still issuing a lot of coins per day. Litecoin and Bitcoin are much larger than a lot of these other projects. So, yep, that's a correct order of the 4. So what about this podium here? Communism got 3rd place. It's the 3rd best government type. 2nd place, Mind Your Biz. And 1st place, with the spotlight, got the Ips 35. Who won pretty handily there. There was a over 4,000 point difference. So got the Ips really killed at this game. Yeah, people are saying just gamble. Yeah. we should, what if we had a cryptocurrency subreddit quiz coin that you can bet? I think that would be the best way to get people to come. People betting on questions, people side betting on who's going to win, having a real-time betting market. I think those things are necessary. All right, thanks everyone for joining me. I'll be again on next Thursday. So keep coming. It's great to have a few familiar faces here now. And it seems like I'm going to need to make some questions that Got the Ips is not going to know the answer to ahead of time. So we'll catch you all next week. Take care.